There's so many things that I thought about this process that like I had a fantasy on, just how to do the process, how to use the method, like DiMartini method. And yeah, I thought that every time you do this kind of thing, you were gonna cry a river of gratitude and go out and celebrate your life, that kind of thing. And while that can happen, I learned that not every perception or event that you have is gonna be that kind of reaction. So I shouldn't expect it. Yeah, I think that was a big one actually for me, and it encourages me to do the work with maybe some smaller charges and like clearing them out, and just doing that repetitively can lead to a big change. I've been kind of put off, funny enough, but by doing this process by myself, just because I didn't get these kinds of reactions. But just after last week, I think different of it now. And even if there's something that's highly charged and I can't get it down to perfection, I can at least bring it down, and that's going to make a difference in my life as well. You talk about having like a 3-to-1 ratio. You talk about the ratios.
The ratio of perceptions. Yep.
Yeah, so even if I just can bring it down from a 5-to-1 ratio to like maybe 3-to-1 ratio, that's going to make a difference in my life as well. I got to experience like a true like feeling perfection. That's something that I had a really negatively charged perception on a moment, and for me it was a sexual moment, like shame, and just seeing the perfection and getting to the point where that event was like true perfection and certainty that everything that happened was just perfection in a sense. Just experiencing that was the first time in my life that I experienced something like that I had such a big charge on before. That's really amazing to be able to experience that. I wouldn't change it for the world. I just love it, and I got appreciation for myself to another level. I'm actually getting a bit when I'm thinking about that moment again, I'm getting a bit of not like emotional reaction, but like feeling of gratitude just talking about this moment, because it was really amazing. I'm learning more about myself. I'm learning about what I value. I'm less reactive to certain people or certain traits that people express. More calm in certain situations, especially with my partner. There were some things that were really charged between us. For instance, as basic as like kitchen chores and cleaning chores. That was really, we both were really reactive to it. It's kind of funny because even though I don't prefer to spend my time doing dishes every day, I don't get such a reaction from it as I did before. I could get a reaction from just doing the dishes because I was comparing myself to another person's life. I was comparing myself with another artist, and that he had a kind of better voice. He was a better musician than me through what we did. I don't remember all the bits and pieces of how we got there, but I know that I appreciate my own musicality much more now, because we all express ourselves differently. And I was thinking that he was able to express it better than me, but now I'm actually appreciating my own way of expressing myself musically. It's just different, and I actually love my own voice much more now. I also see that I'm not trying to be somebody else with my voice as much. I can get more inspired by how other people sing, and I want to learn some techniques, but I can cherish my own voice, and then I can develop it to be as good as it can be, doing it in my own form. I've got a different understanding of emotions. I've learned that emotions are more like a feedback. It tells me more about myself. You've taught me to be more introspective than like deflecting, or like when somebody does something and I get emotional. I see it like quicker now, that it's, oh, this is something in me that I need to look at, I need to work on. If I don't, this is gonna come up again and again as a reaction. Just different persons. If this person stops doing it, it's gonna come up in another person or in another form. Yeah, just the knowledge that if I don't work with my emotions that kind of way, it's not gonna go away by itself. Even if it does, it's gonna take like 10 years to get some kind of development of them. I kind of had it a little bit before, but now I embody it more. Doing this process with you more and getting more experience from it is, for lack of a better word, it's like it embodies it more. Like I'm living it more now than I did before. You learn about what your emotions are and that they're really there to help you. They're really there to guide you and actually help you become more authentic, help you become more of yourself and do what's most meaningful to you, in a sense. That's really what I see that this is helping me. It can be really life-changing if you have an open mind as well. The things that we're working with is actually affecting other persons around me. For instance, Andrea, I talk differently to my partner about emotions, about events that have happened, that we got charged about, and she gave me like a confirmation. I think it was 2 weeks ago, something in the line of the things that I'm saying and talking to her about and trying to help her to kind of dissolve some emotions is really helping her. It's really
awesome.
making a difference in her life as well. And I'm kind of doing it. I'm conscious about doing it, but it's not like a big thing to do it with her. She also confirms that this thing that we're doing is having an effect on my life, because she can see that as an observer, how I've changed from like reacting to some kinds of things that I don't react to any. Yeah, so I did the breakthrough experience, it's called. Other than that, I've read books, a lot of books. I've done some like online videos and courses. I mean, many things have impacted me, but just doing this one-on-one has been the most life-changing. Yeah, breakthrough experience was cool to do as well. I've gotten more out of this kind of work that we've done because I get so many questions from when trying to learn these kind of things, and this is something that I haven't grown up with, this kind of like view of the world. Having someone to answer my questions so frequently when they arise is really helpful.